Hey everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to crush the story kit from Ali Edwards called Seek. I thought about just doing this particular project, but then decided that I've had a few other projects kind of on my mind, two of them actually on my mind for a long time. So I decided, you know what, let's just get them all done. So you're gonna see me put together a total of 4 projects, including this one. This one was inspired by Linda. Linda loves creating, and I will leave her information. And I did it as part of Scrapbooking with Friends, my series on Instagram. And she had this awesome like half circle of embellishments of her daughter, and I loved it. So I used Photoshop elements to stamp on circles and make a bunch of monochromatic circles in blues from the Seek story kit, and I absolutely love it. I love how it came together. I am just building the circle right now. That way I can make sure that I actually get a circle shape, because in Photoshop Elements I made a giant circle and then placed all the circles that I made around that circle. Now I didn't cut out that circle, so that's why it's a little bit trickier to put it together physically. The Seeking and Finding, that is a die cut title that I'm going to spread across both pages, and I'm also going to use 3 of the rubber pieces. At first I wasn't sure if I was going to use those rubber pieces. You know how scrapbookers are, how we scrapbookers are, we tend to save these things, right? And I told myself, nope, I'm not going to save them. I am just going to go ahead and use them. And so I wind up using 3. And the next little circle that I'm working on is Found This. I don't think I mentioned this, but I took several of the shades of blue and digital stamped phrases on the circles. So Found This was actually stamped in Photoshop Elements. I also have another one that says Love This or Just Love, and that's going to be down towards the bottom. I also took one of the like 4x8 journaling cards that has part 1, 2, and 3, and I cut that out with my Cameo, and I'm going to use that as my journaling circles. I also have the XO paper that came in the kit, and instead of using like my punches, I think because I don't have the right size of punches, I just decided to use the digital portion of the XO. I also have some small solids of blue and teal, and so I am just having a lot of fun putting this together. I know I did a circle type page for December Daily for my friendship with my best friend, and I'm doing kind of a second design, but this time it's more of a half circle, and I love it. I think that this is a design that you can repeat over and over again in multitude of ways. I am going to adhere down that rubber piece, and I did not adhere it down directly to the photo, just in case I do want to come back and add journaling underneath the photo for whatever reason. So that's why I did not fully adhere it there. I love the rubber pieces and how they add that really bold pop of black and help with the visual triangle and moving your eye around. So I'm glad I did not save those pieces. I had die cut them out using the digital one, but I'm glad I just went ahead and used the actual rubber pieces. So I have Seeking Happiness, Seeking the Joy, and Finding the Light. And for one of the circles down at the bottom, Love, I just split that across the page. Same thing with Seek Fun. It always makes me a little nervous to do those where you're gonna have to like cut it across, and you just gotta make sure you get it precise and just right. I had to scoot my photo up just a little bit, that way I could fit one more small circle of the XO. And I'm almost ready to journal. I just need to put down my title. I was waiting to do the title last since I had die cut it, and I just didn't like the black color that it had cut out as, so I had to cut it a second time. Also grabbed some old asterisk stickers, and I'm going to add in a few black and also a few word phrase stickers. So story, happy, and shine bright. And then, of course, I am going to do the story, which is all about seeking the small things and appreciating the small moments that mean so much. We were coming home from Easter celebrations, and my daughter was asleep, I think, and my son was preoccupied. And so it's just my husband and I. He was listening to music, and I was reading a book, and the wind was in my hair. And it was just one of those little moments that you just really treasure, just like totally simple, but it was the best. Almost reminded me of when we were in college in my husband's Mustang and just flying down the road, having a good old time. But this time it's with the kids and I'm reading a book. You know, things change, but the joys don't necessarily always change, right? Joy is always found in the little things. Okay, so I'm going to adhere the title and then I will be done with this project and I can move on to the next few projects. So I put C on the left-hand side, flipped it over, and then cut it. And now when I go to layer on the second die cut, I will not have to do the flipping for the word seeking. And if you've been around here a while, you know that when I die cut my titles like this, I like to die cut it twice or sometimes even 3 times. So that is what I mean by layering on the next piece. So that way there's 2 and it's more dimensional and I don't have to cut really small pieces of foam to pop it up. So seeking and finding, and then I am all done. I don't think I add the date on this yet, but I'll add it later on. So there you go. I love it. Definitely a new favorite project. Okay, so this is one of the projects that had been laying around, I don't even know, for months. And it's a photo I took of myself on a hike. And I love taking this kind of photo with the clouds up above. I've done it several times over the years. And I wanted to use, again, some of the blues, but not so much the bright blues. I wanted to document just getting older and living simple, or trying to live simple and keeping things simple as much or as best as we can, right? With kids and all the things that we manage. So I'm going to journal about that. I also printed several pieces on transparency, like clouds. So I will fussy cut those out and add those as well. So I will have 3 main clusters, and I'll also use one of the wood veneer. I don't know if it's exactly wood veneer. It feels like wood veneer, but it's because it is a little thicker than, say, just paper, but it came in the kit and it's like these word banners. You can see it right here, and they have letters that you can punch out. And so I decided to just punch out the letters and use that instead of the thick white banner, because I felt like that might pull away from the photo a little too much. So I'm just going to do the Seek simple. And now that I have everything placed, I can go ahead and adhere everything down. That's kind of how I've always worked. I want to make sure that I have things placed first and then go back and adhere, you know, but sometimes I'll get crazy and I'll be wild and I'll just adhere first and don't worry about it. But for me, that's how it works. I'd love to know in the comment section, how do you do things? Do you adhere and then just don't worry about it? Or do you set things up like I do and then adhere? I'd love to know. So I am gluing down the letters Seek simple with my glue pen, which is always tricky, and I need to get better at using the tweezers because then I wouldn't get like glue on my fingers. But alas, I have not learned how to do tweezers yet, because you know how the craft tweezers are a little bit different than regular tweezers. So I have the title done, and now I'm going to add in the clouds, and I love the clouds. I can't get enough of clouds, and I'm actually going to use them in another project, I think the last project in this video. So I have 2 here, and then I will use some word phrase stickers, which I love those word phrase stickers. There's a lot of great ones about documenting journeys. I also am going to add in some white asterisks as well, since the paper I have on the left-hand side is not like it's more of like an off-white. So these white stickers really pop. And I'll add in my journaling lines and start to document the story behind the photo. So in the journaling, I said I'm really embracing the getting older is better, or trying my best, because I really do think that as I've gotten older, I certainly appreciate how I'm more comfortable in my own skin. I feel more confident, and I'm also very thankful that in this season of life, I can spend more time on myself and focusing on, the inner and outer ways that I can take care of myself and just showing up for myself. And I'm very proud of myself, and I'm hoping for more years, more layers, and more seeking and more loving myself. So that's my journaling. I just had to add a few extra lines. And then for the vellum clouds down below, I love that little cluster. And I even found another great word sticker phrase that says, "This is my quest." So love that sticker phrase sheet. It's so good. Okay, so that is that project, and now I'm going to move on to a really simple, quick one. And I think the lighting on my camera, or the lighting somehow did something funky, so I apologize if it looks a little dark. This one is a scrap lift from Deneen. She's on Instagram. I will leave her information, but I'm pretty sure I got the idea from her, because like I said, I did this one, I planned out this one digitally and everything, and then just let it sit for months. So I have these photos from a hike in September, and these shapes are actually from a journaling card. The journaling card says, "Seek what sets your heart on fire." That's in the middle, and I just extracted that shape in Photoshop Elements and was able to use it as a clipping mask for not only the photos, but also the map journaling card, the cloud journaling card, and then shrink down the Seek Adventure card. And for the card, or not the card, for the shape that I just put down that says love, that's digitally stamped. And there's another one in the bottom right corner that says "Simply Seeking This." That is also digitally stamped. I decided to go ahead and use the cardstock word that comes in the kit. I never do that, but I used it and put a phrase sticker above it that says "So much thanks for this." I think that's what it says. And then I grabbed another one that says "Autumn Vibes," since I found the first fallen leaf. And that is it, you guys. So simple. I'll now put it in my album and it will stop sitting around. Okay, so these two photos were part of a walk that I was taking in March, and I've tried to make more of an effort to get outside and take walks. So it was really a toss-up for these photos and this story. Was I going to use the make because I was making time for taking walks, or was I going to use the Seek kit? The palm tree green and then this cloud green card won me over, and I decided that's what I'm going to use. I actually took the 4x6 journaling card, cut it up so that way I could have the strips at the top to make the clouds. And at first I thought I was going to use this 4x8 card just as it is, like lay it over the top as you can see. But I decided, you know what, I am going to break up that journaling card. I can save the bottom portion if I want and use that as like a basic grid journaling card. And then the top portion, Seek Joy, I can just put that on the right hand side. And what's the best part is that I can use the stamp set and stamp a ton of clouds, which, like I said earlier, any chance I can use clouds, I will do it. So I tried not to stamp too many clouds because I didn't want to like overwhelm it or anything and make the design like just pull away from the design too much. So I added just a few in green, a few in blue, and then the outline of some clouds in gray. And then I'm going to look for some chipboard to see if I have that goes along with these pages and matches. So I did find two pieces, one that says "Love This," and I'll put that down in the bottom right corner, and I will also grab another one that says "Find Ease in the Mess." Now that I have the clouds stamped though, I want to make sure I adhere the photos down. This was just a neighborhood walk that I took, and one of my neighbors has a palm tree, so I just took a photo looking up, which I think turned out really cool. And I'll add the journaling lines, that way I can talk about those, what do they call them? Stupid mental health walks, which I think is hilarious. Proof of getting outside and getting your vitamin D, because it is so important, right? I'm also going to dig through my word phrase stickers, and I was hoping to find the light green ones that I had, but I only found the bright green ones. So I'll just add two phrases. One says sunshine and the other one says walk, I believe. So I'll add those in. Got got the chipboard, and now I can journal about the story, about just trying to make sure that I don't just stay inside all day. I'm sure a lot of us are homebodies, but it's so important to get outside and get that sunshine, and I'm hoping to keep this up, and even in the summer months, figuring out how I can get a walk. And I'm really showing up for myself and making sure that I can seek joy, and getting outside just is a real game changer for the entire day. So this one is all wrapped up. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing all of these Seek projects come together. I am now going to empty out the tray. This is my tray. It is the 12 by 12 iris bin. Let me adjust the camera. You can see the bin a little bit better now, but I have Seek Fun, some chipboard. I have a bunch of journaling cards left over, and I think that's because I wound up using a lot of the digital kit. I'm gonna see where I can put these, or I can just keep these in the little bags, and I showed you guys those in my organization video. But just to remind you, this is the Remember kit, so I just put the components in there, and then that works best for me, and then I can move on to another tray. So I think right now, even though it looks like a lot of product is left, I have to remember that I did use a lot of the digital products as well. And I even did one more project that I'm not going to show you because that's part of a new big picture class. So I have a total of 6 projects that I have done with this kit. So that is a lot, and I'm going to go ahead and call this kit done. I'd love to know in the comment section, when you're working with Ali Edwards products, especially the story kits, when do you call it done? Okay, let's look at the projects real quick and wrap up this video. Okay, so I have one in my Volume 1 2022 album, and that is this one, and it has a process video on here. It is all about hiking in April. So that is that one, and then the rest are in this video that I made. So I have this one, Seeking and Finding, which I absolutely love. That is that one. And then I have another project for this Me album this year, and that is this one. Trying to get out there and go on walks. Summer is coming, so it's not going to be as easy, but in March I started going on walks and making sure I just get outside more than, once a week hike with my husband. So that is that one. Then you have this simple one for a hike in September, and then this one documenting getting older and appreciating getting older and showing up for myself, and seeing all these projects come together. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.